I will call the Riverside Township Board of Trustees meeting to order. Please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Clerk Reyes, would you please call the roll?
Sure. Trustee Clark.
Present.
Trustee Heilenbach. Present. Trustee DeCosta.
Present.
Trustee Carroll.
Present.
Clerk Reyes is here. Supervisor Wilt.
Present. Okay, we have a quorum. Next item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes of the March 11th Board of Trustees meeting. What is your pleasure?
Make a motion to approve the meeting minutes for March 11th, 2025.
I have a motion. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Motion by Trustee DeCosta, seconded by Trustee Carroll, to approve the minutes of March 11th. Are there any additions, corrections, any discussion? No. Hearing none. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Motion is carried.
Supervisor? I'd like to abstain, I wasn't present.
Thank you. The record will reflect that Trustee Clark has abstained. Are there any communications?
We have a few communications, Supervisor Wilt. The first is an invitation from the Friends of the Riverside Library inviting us to their open house on April 6, 2025, which was on Sunday, and fun was had by all. We also received a very beautiful and colorful thank you postcard from the Best Buddies program. It's very nice. We also received actually, that's it. We also received this beautiful and very professionally done newsletter from the Riverside Township.
And all of those who are watching tonight should have it in their mailboxes within the next few days. So look for that in your mailboxes. Okay, the next order of business would be the supervisor's report. In the past month, I met with 13 general assistance clients. One of them graduated out of the program, having found employment and now earning enough not to qualify. I also met with and assisted 2 emergency assistance applicants, responded to another inquiry today, and have some packets out that could be returned. In several cases, I've also referred these clients to the Community Resource Center regarding other programs for which they might qualify. Many also participate in our food pantry. The proposed budget was revised according to the balances on hand and final expenditures at the close of business on the last day of the fiscal year. And since it is time for annual staff salary reviews, I also spent some time on searching for current CPI information and adjusted some budget numbers accordingly. In preparing some tools for the board to review and approve compensation later tonight. Preparation for the annual town meeting, of course, took some time, including the draft of my annual report and working with the accountants on the annual financial report. Opened the town hall for the election judges last week in the wee hours of the morning, and also opened for some weekend events in the past month. I want to thank the electors for their votes in the election. When you are unopposed, some voters choose not to cast a ballot, but most did give us a vote of confidence for another term, and we are grateful, and as I am, and I'm sure that that all of the board joins me in that. And that's all I have to report, but I'd be glad to answer any questions if you have them. Hearing none, we'll move on. The assessor.
Good evening, Fran Sikowitz, Riverside Township Assessor. We are busy with appeals through April 18th. April 18th, our office is closed, so we're encouraging our taxpayers to get in well before that to get their appeal information in. And we're also assisting our residents with exemptions, homeowner exemptions, senior freeze exemptions, disabled homeowner and disabled veterans exemptions. It's been very busy. I'm sure you've seen a lot of traffic coming through the hallway here. So we've been working extra hours and creating a lot of activity upstairs, so
Thank you.
thank you.
Any questions for the assessor?
No, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Trustees reports. Trustee DeCassola?
Thank you, Supervisor. No report tonight.
Actually, why don't you touch on the follow-up regarding the Lions Club?
Okay, I didn't know if you wanted that.
Sure.
Yes, I do have a report then. I've been in contact with Mr. Finn from the Lions Club regarding their chicken dinner. They were going to do a composting program, and I was able to put him in touch with a sales rep, sales exec from Flood Brothers, who is going to provide them with larger compost bins for the dinner. So they'll be able to compost more. They'll be dropped off the Friday before the dinner and then picked up, I believe, either Monday or Tuesday with the help of our staff. And Supervisor Wilt was more than accommodating as well. And hopefully it all works out and they have a very successful dinner and compost program.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Trustee Carroll?
No reports, Madam Supervisor.
Thank you. Trustee Clark?
Yes, thank you, Supervisor. The senior exercise class is going well. We had a St. Patrick's Day lunch on St. Patrick's Day, and the seniors really, really enjoyed that a lot. We had corned beef sandwiches and Reubens and chicken sandwiches, cookies, coleslaw and potato salad. I'm also been going to Springfield to discuss and strategize ways to fight the legislation that proposes to eliminate townships. TOI Lobby Day is April 29th, and that's all I have to report.
Thank you. Any questions?
I actually
Yes.
do have a question. How is floor leadership viewing it, the governor's stance?
That's a hard question for me to answer.
Okay.
On it. I believe, it's so, there are a lot of different bills that were introduced for it that could continue this on. So they, and a lot of those bills have been moved on to executive committee.
Deadline to get bills out of the House is Friday on third reading.
Yeah. So, and some are Senate bills, too. So as what TOI is telling me is we never really know what happens until they adjourn, even though we managed to fight down one of them.
And there's no other government entities that the governor is targeting?
Not that I'm aware of.
Not at this
John's
time.
probably better
Right,
to
just
answer these
townships. Okay.
questions than I am, but, yeah, right now, he's only targeting townships.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, any other questions? Then Trustee Heilenbach.
Hi, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I met with the Director of Public Safety, Matt Buckley, about a week and a half ago, discussing a project of maybe putting some signage along the railroad crossings that will help out with suicide hotline and so on and so forth. Director Buckley contacted me and said, we have an interest in this, and we do. So he is putting together a proposal, which I will present to the board when the proposal is ready. That would be the Mental Health Board. Also, we have a new grant application for discretionary grants by the name of Thrive. They're out of Oak Park. They do take care of quite a few Riverside Township residents. They came to us looking for an initial discrepancy grant, not discrepancy.
Discretionary.
There you go. Grant. And they we will be meeting with them next Wednesday, where they'll be presented to the board for maybe an approval on that. And our next mental health board meeting is next Wednesday at 6 o'clock. Right here, no, 6:30.
6:30, it sounds like you're changing.
6:30, I can't keep track of the times. 6:30 here in this room. And that concludes my report.
Thank you very much. Are there any questions? If not, then we'll move on to the next point out Wednesday on our agenda. On to unfinished business, the township budget. You have the draft that I would like to make available to the public for the next 30 days in your packets. I believe all but the very last items, the cash on hand and the flipping of some numbers in the administrative division was emailed to you in advance. So
Right.
what is your pleasure? I guess we need a motion to place this for public inspection?
I would recommend one. I don't know if that is absolutely necessary, but a motion for board approval to post the draft agenda, is that what you're?
Right, and then the draft budget, and then for next month's meeting, we would have a hearing prior to our board meeting, and then hopefully deal with approval of the budget at that meeting.
I think a motion along those lines would be in order.
I'll make a motion that we publish the proposed budget for vote, for review and then for vote at the next meeting of the township.
Okay, I have a motion. Do I hear a second?
I'll second it.
Motion by trustee Carroll, seconded by trustee Heilenbach to make the budget ordinance for 2025-26 available for public inspection, and then to act upon it at next month's, prior to next month's meeting, have a hearing, and then have the budget on the agenda for approval at that time. Got that? Okay. Any questions, any discussion? Hearing none, should that be a roll call? Voice vote, okay. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, nay. Motion is carried. Okay, and then we have, well, we've actually dealt with both items. Then I would like to move to set the public budget hearing for Tuesday, May 13th at 6:45. And I will entertain a second.
Second.
Okay, a motion by Supervisor Wilt, seconded by Trustee Carroll, to set the public budget hearing for Tuesday, May 13th at 6:45. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, nay. Motion is carried. Next is there are some budgetary transfers. As the year ends, we find that sometimes we need to borrow from Peter to pay Paul. And so these budgetary transfers, they're basically just the appropriations. We're not spending any more money, we're just taking it from different items. So the proposed changes are to, let's see, transfer from the unexpended balances in the following budgets, the following amounts. Salaries, $3,210. From communications, $130. From town programs, $6,050. From travel expenses for the assessor, $1,300. And from education seminars for the assessor, $370. And those amounts then would be transferred in the same order to the following accounts. Hospital, dental, vision, life insurance, $3,210. For postage, $130. For the food pantry, $6,050. Travel expenses, administrative, $1,300. Dues from the to the assessor, let's see, dues for the assessor, sorry, $370. And making the adjusted appropriations of those items to be, so the new balances would be salaries, $283,710, communications, $6,870, town programs, $83,950, travel expense assessor, $1,700, education seminars assessor, $830, hospital dental vision life insurance, $35,210, postage, $3,630, food pantry, $17,050, travel expense administrative, $3,300, and dues assessor, $1,020. As I said, it's just a movement around on the budget line items. And I will entertain a motion for that transfer.
So moved.
I have a motion. Do I hear a second?
I'll second it.
Motion by trustee Clark, seconded by trustee Heilenbach to approve the budgetary transfers as presented. Any discussion? Since this is money movement, I think we should have a roll call on this. So Clerk Reyes, would you please call the roll?
Trustee Clark.
Yes.
Trustee Heilenbach.
Yes.
Trustee Carroll.
Yes.
Trustee DeCosta.
Yes.
Supervisor Wilt.
Yes, motion is carried. Okay, and now we have, just for your information or reminders, we have due by May 1st, the statement of economic interest for each of you, each of us. So please make sure, if you haven't already done so, that you do that, and then just share with the deputy clerk that you have done so. Lions Club Chicken Dinner is on May 4th, and I think they're using the theme of May the 4th be with you, so.
Yes, they are.
On May 17th is our Shredathon. Make sure that we will make sure that we do the same drive-up service at the Masonic Lodge parking lot on Forest Avenue. That's May 17th from 9 a.m. to noon. The North Riverside Senior Fair takes place on May 22nd from 10 a.m. to noon, and both the Community Resource Center and the township itself will participate there. Forest Preserve Bike Trail Extension through Riverside Lawn, there's some information. There's a map of where they're planning to do some more information. There's a email for your information. It says, this is from the Forest Preserves of Cook County, and they just wanted to inform us that the Forest Preserve is applying for Phase 2 engineering for the Lower Des Plaines trail gaps along First Avenue and in the area over by the Village of Lyons area north of 39th Street. There is approximately 1,180 linear feet of trail within Riverside Township, and if awarded the funds, they would reach out to the township to create an intergovernmental agreement to establish any cost sharing, if any, to make sure we are working together on this segment. Please, you can see the attached map of the areas that are in question. Those are circled. So I don't have any more information than that, simply that they've applied for a grant and that we'll be looking for our cooperation. I'm sorry?
I'm available to help you at the North Riverside Senior Fair.
Thank you, appreciate that. I'm sure that the assessor's office will also have representation. We've got an 8-foot table for that, and then the CRC has a card table size table besides. So we look forward to seeing all our residents at these various events in the near future. Okay. We are up to a point of recessing to a closed session. We need to discuss salaries for the coming year for staff. So can I have a motion to go into executive session for this purpose. It's one of the allowable reasons.
I make a motion that we go into executive session.
I have a motion. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Motion by trustee Clark, seconded by trustee Carroll, to go into executive session for discussion of township salaries. And that would be for the employees only, and we'll need to shut up, yeah, that would be, I have a motion, so. Right, right. So all in favor of going into executive session, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion is carried. Thank you.
I make a motion to reopen our meeting.
I have a motion to go back into open session. A second by trustee Clark, seconded by trustee Carroll. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, nay. Motion is carried. We're in open session. Okay, then may I have a motion?
I will make a motion for an employee salary increase of 4% across the 4 employees that we discussed in closed section.
Okay, I have a motion. Do I hear a second?
Second.
I have a motion by trustee Carroll, seconded by trustee DeCassola, to act according to the discussion in our closed session to approve a 4% increase across the board for the 4 employees discussed this evening. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, oh no, we'll have a roll call, please.
Trustee Clark.
Yes.
Trustee Heilenbach.
Yes.
Trustee DeCosta.
Yes.
Trustee Carroll.
Yes.
Supervisor Wilt.
Yes, motion is carried. Okay, we are up to approval of warrants.
Trustee Heilenbach moves the board authorizes and ratify payment of the bills identified in the general warrant for April 2025 in the amount of $18,360.96 as presented to the board this 8th day of April 2025.
Thank you. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
I have a motion by trustee Heilenbach, seconded by trustee Carroll, to approve the general warrants for April 2025 in the amount of $18,360.96. Any discussion? Hearing none, then roll call vote, please.
Trustee DeCosta.
Yes.
Trustee Carroll.
Yes.
Trustee Clark.
Yes.
Trustee Heilenbach.
Yes.
Supervisor Wilt.
Yes.
Motion by trustee Heilenbach that the board ratify and authorize payment in the amounts indicated in the following warrants. Utility warrant for April of 2025 in the amount of $1,732.66. Payroll warrant for April of 2025 in the amount of $19,921.83. Health warrant for April 2025 in the amount of $3,370.10. General assist warrant for April of 2025 in the amount of $11,339.93. Township radio players warrant for April 2025 in the amount of $180. And the food pantry warrant for April of 2025 in the amount of $463.58. All of the above presented to this board on the 8th day of April 2025.
I'll second.
Thank you. I have a motion by trustee Heilenbach, seconded by trustee Clark, to approve the following warrants for April 2025. Utility warrant, $1,732.66. Payroll warrant, $19,921.83. The health warrant, $3,370.10. General assistance warrant in the amount of $11,339.93. Township radio players in the amount of $180. Food pantry in the amount of $463.58. Please call the roll.
Trustee Heilenbach.
Yes.
Trustee Clark.
Yes.
Trustee Carroll.
Yes.
Trustee DeCosta.
Yes.
Supervisor Wilt.
Yes. Motion is carried. Are there any public comments? Hearing none, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
I have a motion.
Second.
Motion by trustee DeCassola, seconded by trustee Clark to adjourn this meeting. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Motion is carried. Thank you.